The first chapter is short. We are just going to go through a very brief introduction to anatomy and physiology. We'll define some terms and we'll talk about homeostasis. As you watch the video, be sure to write notes in your lecture guide. Our course is called Anatomy and Physiology, but what does that mean? The term anatomy means to cut up or dissect. It is the study of internal and external structures of the body. It is also the study of relationships among body parts. So thinking about various organs in your body, such as the heart, lungs, stomach, and how they interact with each other. The term physiology is the study of how living organisms perform the functions essential to life. So how do the lungs function to allow us to breathe, or how does the heart contract to pump blood? How do skeletal muscles contract to move bone? Anatomy and physiology are very closely linked together. A key concept that is important to understand is that all specific functions are performed by specific structures. Structure and function are always linked together. When we learn about the anatomy or structure of an organ in this course, we will also learn about the function or physiology associated with that organ. For example, let's look at these red blood cells. Take a few seconds to think about the function of red blood cells. What is their role? If you said they carry oxygen, you are correct. Red blood cells are critical for life because they carry oxygen to other cells and tissues in the body. Notice the normal shape of a red blood cell. Now look at the shape of the sickled red blood cell. Do they look normal? Do you think this abnormal structure will affect their ability to perform their proper function? The answer is yes. When red blood cells are deformed, as they are unable to carry oxygen efficiently throughout the body, which will affect the overall function of our cells, tissues, and organs. Our bodies are organized in a complex way. To break it down, we have 6 levels of organization. The simplest level of organization is the chemical level of organization. In this level, atoms will combine to form molecules. In this diagram, hydrogen and oxygen atoms are combining to form water. The next level of organization builds from the chemical level and is the cellular level of organization. In this level, molecules combine to form the structural components of cells. For example, proteins, which are molecules, form the contractive proteins responsible for muscle contraction. The next level is built from the cellular level and is called the tissue level of organization. In this level, groups of cells will work together to form tissues in the body. In this example, a group of smooth muscle cells are grouped together. You might find this in a layer of a blood vessel. From the tissue level, we move up to the organ level of organization. In this case, we have groups of tissues that work together to form an organ. In this example, the smooth muscle tissue we saw in the tissue level forms the wall of the urinary bladder. From the organ level, we move up to the organ system level. In this level, organs come together to perform a common function. In this example, the urinary system is made up of the kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, and urethra. Each of these organs comprise the system whose main responsibility is to produce urine. Lastly, the most complicated level of organization is the organism level. Here, we have all organ systems working together to create a whole organism. There are a total of 11 systems that make up the human body. As we go through both AandP 1 and 2, you will learn about each of these systems. The next few slides provide a brief overview of each system. Take some time to review each system and its basic functions before moving on to part 2 of this chapter.